yeah.
You
Are you
reckon,
sure?
yeah?
Are you
Okay,
sure?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Shots fired, bro. Shots
You're
fired.
gonna be the only person
You know what's
0
funny?
kilometers at the end of September, dude.
No, you know
This
what's funny?
guy,
You know what's funny? I watch his motivational videos sitting on the
Yeah.
couch and I just laugh.
Hooked on a feeling, I'm high on believing.
Alright, dude. We all good? Everyone's
Yeah,
good?
let's
Yeah,
come
wait.
on.
One
wait.
second.
Alright, no worries. No stress.
Okay.
We're keeping that in. We're keeping
I
that
think
in.
everyone should do a breath in. Should we all do that?
We can sync it. We can use it sync.
And Param doesn't breathe.
Yeah, but
thinks
he's
he's
an
too
I was
elder.
cool.
breathing
bro.
through my nose. I was breathing through my nose.
It's very big, so
It's
you
not a
can't-
deep breath. It is quite big. It is quite big. Alright, yo, it's your boy Aryan, back with another video. It is the KTMX podcast, episode 8. I'm here with Param, Nicholas Shalaby, and our special guest today, Madhu. How's it going?
Good, it's good.
That's
How are
good.
you?
Yeah, so Madhu is goes to uni with me, and so we're in the same cohort, and so maybe she'll have some spicy stories that'll expose me a little bit, but we'll see as we go along. So yeah, I guess, how are you going, Madhu?
I'm good. I'm a bit bored. It's like we just got out of lockdown actually. So,
Oh yeah, because
Wait,
you're
how-
in rural. So
Yeah, we got out of lockdown yesterday. So it's slowly picking up.
Yo, that's mad, dude. Wait, are you guys you just full lockdown finished?
Yeah. So like we haven't had any
Everything's back to
cases in the
normal?
past 14 days. Yeah, we still do our masks and stuff. I think there's a few indoor restrictions, but I went out yesterday and stuff, so it's pretty chill.
So how has lockdown and stuff been in general out rural?
I think people aren't taking it too seriously, which is kind of bad, but we haven't had cases, right? So when we were in the peak of lockdown, if you went to the park, you still saw quite a few people gathering. So it's kind of a bit iffy.
I mean, that's the same
But-
in Sydney, so
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there's pictures
Yeah.
of Bondi and it's just filled with people.
Yeah.
Like the beaches
People
are
just
just
chill. Yeah, actually, I've
littering
seen
with
that.
people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And police can't even do anything about it. They can't just.
Well, they give
fine
away
people.
fines. But dude, in 3 weeks, they gave away $25 million worth of fines.
that's pretty
That's
nice.
mad. Dude. Wait,
That's
hold
gonna
on.
curb the inflation.
But you
No,
guys
but,
have a curfew and stuff, right?
Yeah, but we don't
Uh,
go out.
I think only the LGAs have a curfew, like the worst LGAs.
Right.
What's Aryan
Yeah.
doing? Interesting, Aryan. Interesting. What was
Dude,
that?
don't worry about it. Dude, don't worry
Have
about
you
it.
got someone hiding behind your?
They're trying to get
Someone
out.
locked in,
I had to close the door. They're trying to get out, and I had to close the door so that they can't get out.
Yeah,
no.
very
It
good.
was just some wind is making my door go do 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 do. You know. And so,
Yeah,
I want-
wait.
I don't
one,
Yeah,
want-
one
no,
more
no.
time for that
Yeah,
noise.
yeah.
One more time.
Yeah.
What was that sound effect?
Shut up, bro, shut up. I'm doing it for the fans, so they get the perfect viewing experience.
Experience,
bro.
yeah.
Viewing experience.
Creating an image, bro.
Yeah. So wait, what we were talking about? I thought you guys would just continue conversation, no stress, dude. I was just gone for
We
3
have to
No, we
seconds.
got
call out-
distracted.
We have
We
to
got
call out
We got
your,
distracted.
your suspect activity, bro.
So lockdown, yeah, people stressing too much, dude. Bondi, and then fines, and yeah. Also, I was reading a news article was because Uber drivers know what's going on, right? Because they're Uber, and they're dude,
They're
every
the men on
Friday
the
night,
ground.
yeah, on Friday night, people are getting in. 8 out of 10 people don't wear masks, and it's kind of sus. They can be oh yeah, I'm going to the shops, but it's kind of sus when you have a 6-pack of beer with you and you're just going
Yeah,
somewhere.
exactly.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So it's it's not really legit. How can people expect the numbers to go down if people?
It's
aren't...
really hard to enforce it. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
They can say these are the rules, but
Yeah.
police isn't going to be out everywhere 24/7. So
Yeah.
people are taking advantage of that. It's not good. That's why the cases are going up,
Yeah.
which is crazy because lockdown's still in effect, and we went from what.
Yeah.
I remember seeing 111 cases. I was like, "That's mad."
That's
and now we're
mad.
seeing 1,600, and
we're
I just stopped looking at the
Yeah,
numbers.
yeah.
It's whatever.
They're even stopping the press conferences because they're just CLBs.
Yeah,
Mm.
from
Just
Monday.
yeah. But yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
I think rurally, because we haven't had any cases, a lot of people are like, why are we in lockdown? Why do we have to do all these rules? So that's why people aren't following it here. But
I guess
we're out of lockdown now.
I guess when you think about it though, like especially rurally, we talked about a little bit with Ayush about this, because the access to healthcare is so much more limited. It's really important to maintain control over outbreaks rural, because people just don't have the same kind of access, and so they don't have the ability to go and like easily, you know, go to hospitals all the time and all of this kind of thing. And there's a lot, you might have to go to the next town or whatever. So I mean, I don't know, you've lived rural for a while, like your whole life or almost your whole life, right?
Yeah, almost my whole life. I lived in Sydney for a few years, but I don't really remember it because I was small, and then became rural.
Wait, like how rural are you?
Okay, Albury's not very rural. You know how
Albury is Drake's name.
Thank you for that.
What?
Thank you for that, Aryan.
Anyways,
Albury.
is it different?
Yeah, it's
I think-
spelled differently.
Is it Arbery? No. How do you spell it?
Albury.
I want to see
Albury.
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 Yeah. No, but it's not Albury. It's Albury.
Albury. Albury, New South
Albury.
Wales. Albury.
Albury.
Anyways,
Albury.
back to Madhu. What Madhu
Yeah.
was saying.
Right. Yeah.
Albury's like, so there's like rural classifications. I think there's 5 rural classifications. And RA1 is like Sydney, Newcastle and things like that. So Albury's classified as RA2. So it's the next one down. It's not that rural. In fact, I think it's called like a regional city. So
Well, it's in Victoria.
it's in New South Wales. It's literally on the border. So if you drive for 5 minutes, you go to Victoria.
Wow.
Albury's in New South Wales. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's far, dude. I just mapped it. Oh my god. Dude,
It's
do you go to the Snowy Mountains?
Yeah, they're very close by. I've been a couple of times.
Oh, that's so sick, dude. That's
Yeah.
actually so sick. And like you could go to 𝐊𝐃𝐂𝐄𝐈𝐀𝐋 for like a hike and that sort of thing.
I have not been that far. That is a place.
How long does it take to get to the mountains?
Well, to Falls Creek where the snow is and stuff.
Yeah.
I think I haven't been in a while. I think it's like just over an hour drive.
Bro, that's sick. That's
pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Because I
Imagine just
know.
hopping in your car for 1 hour with the boys. Go to
Yeah,
the
and just like going to the mountains, just
I
go
know,
for a
it's
skate.
nice, right?
Yeah.
And then you can just come back at the
Yeah.
end, in the evening,
Yeah.
and just stay the night. Yeah.
So
Wouldn't
wait,
cost
do you go?
so much planning at
Yeah.
$1,000 to
Yeah.
go to,
Yeah.
go to fucking
Yeah.
mountains, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean,
But I
Param
mean-
wouldn't be allowed to come anyways, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, times have changed. Bro.
No, they haven't. No, I'm not listening to that bullshit, bro. But Madhu, by the way, for context, Param, since like before he was turning 18, he was always like, dude, when I turn 18, I'm gonna be allowed to go everywhere. Literally everywhere. I'll be able to allowed to go on every road trip with the guys. I'm gonna be allowed to, go like out to the city and
I'll be my own
nothing.
man.
Yeah, he's gonna be his own man. Dude, at one point he was planning to move out. He was like, I'm gonna move out. It's gonna be sick, dude. Nothing at all,
tell you-
man.
I'll
All
tell
these
you.
broken
I'll tell you
promises.
my
Yeah.
perspective.
Yeah.
So this year,
Yeah.
I've been on 2 camps, 3 days each, right? My parents paid for both in full, yeah? Right after I come back from the second one.
Yeah.
These guys are like, oh yeah, we're going on a road trip in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
How am I meant to go to my parents with a straight face and tell them, I've just been on 2 camps, can you guys please finance me to go with the boys for a road trip? For a
Well, I
5-day
mean, maybe you
road
should
trip.
explain why
In
you
the
couldn't
middle of term.
finance
In
yourself.
the middle of term.
Maybe you should explain why you couldn't finance yourself.
I can now.
I
Why
can.
couldn't you before?
I can.
Well, man was
Another
just
job.
broke. That was simply it,
I was
dude.
unemployed. I didn't have a job. And now I'm employed.
Now you're employed.
Times are
Well
changing.
done, well done.
Yeah.
Madhu, do you do some work stuff?
Yeah, I like
Yeah?
tutor on the side. I think a lot of med students tutor.
Oh, wait, you don't do it where Shalaby does it? Is it the same one?
No, I do private tutoring.
Private tutoring, yeah. Stress,
Yeah.
no stress.
Private is good because you get to decide the rate, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's-
and the
that's-
subjects and stuff.
Yeah. Did you private tutor before COVID?
I did. Yeah, in person.
In person.
And
What do you
haven't
prefer?
you haven't just tutored for like school subjects either. You've tutored like med interview and like that kind of stuff as well. Right.
I did it like once on
Yeah.
the side. I'm
Yeah.
also saying like a lot. I should stop.
You're fine. You're literally fine, dude. It doesn't matter.
I did private tutoring in person, and
Yeah.
I think I prefer it online because of the fact that you can have your resources on the side, whereas in person there's a lot more pressure to know your shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys feel that. do any of you tutor?
I mean, like I tutor
Shalaby.
primary school
Shalaby, yeah.
students though, like in a tutoring company for like selective school. So it's not the same kind of pressure because it's very, very basic. So, but I know I've talked to Yash because he private tutors for high school subjects, and yeah, it's like a similar thing where it's also just a little bit easier because you don't have to travel anywhere. It's much more convenient, and it's also because of that it's more flexible as well. Not just with the tutor, but also with the student. Like they're open to more time slots because they don't have to go
Yeah.
anywhere. You don't have to go
Yeah.
anywhere. It's
You
just
save
easier.
a lot of time from traveling. So you
Yeah,
can
exactly.
just like even just prepare a bit more for the lesson itself.
Yeah, exactly.
But then you don't get the face to face though.
That's okay.
Yeah, but it's not too big of a difference. I think it would be harder for primary school kids, but for high school kids, it's very easy.
Yeah, I have to
Yeah.
say,
Online.
I haven't actually had a chance to like be in person with them because I started it as kind of we were going into lockdown.
Right.
So that was a bit of a shame. But
Yeah.
I do feel like it'll be much better in person with the primary school kids just because it's much easier to keep engagement.
Yeah.
But that's
Do
okay.
you do a class?
Yeah, it's a class.
Yeah,
It's a
then-
small class though,
then-
like
yeah.
7
Yeah.
people or so. Six or seven
Nice.
students.
It's
Yeah.
not too bad, yeah. What do you teach?
Selective school. Like
Ah,
selective
shit.
school prep.
Do you have to make the resources?
No, that's why I work at a company because I don't have to do any.
Yeah,
of that.
that's the thing though. Like with private, right? And Madhu would know this as well. Like you have to plan each thing before it happens. You know, you need to know what the game plan is. Kind of have to like interact with the parents as well, like with all that. And like you do get like a bit more money doing private, or at least you get to choose your hours to an extent. But then like I think it basically balances out with having to plan for resources or like mark work or give like feedback during the week.
The
Like,
other
how
thing
do you-
is
yeah.
the other thing is this, right? Like for my company, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this is the same with all companies, but at least with my one, maybe they're just very generous. But
Yeah.
if you're doing work outside of your tutoring hours that you've
Yeah.
been put forth, so if you're running overtime or if you
Yeah.
have to write up solutions for your students or whatever,
Yeah.
you can build that, all of that.
Yeah. Right.
Whereas like
right.
in private tutoring, I'm assuming you're just going
Yeah.
to, and I
Just
guess
write
it'd
it
be-
off.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
whatever prep time, you don't get paid for that.
Yeah.
You only get paid for the lesson time.
Yeah, I used to just write everything off and just be like, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Like, that's included in the tutoring. But I guess we could do differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. What
But,
are your thoughts, Madhu?
Yeah.
I
We don't really
did
have
not
any-
know that you could. Yeah, I didn't know you could write it off and things. But yeah, then
Yeah.
I guess it balances out.
Yeah.
I just chose private tutoring because it was my first time tutoring, and
Yeah.
I've heard mixed things about working for companies.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wanted to like suss it out myself, and I think I just stayed with it because it was more flexible.
Yeah,
That's true.
that's true.
How do you find students?
Like I just have one student right now because I'm
Yeah.
a bit lazy.
Yeah. No,
I
that's,
couldn't be
that's true.
bothered. But my students are really good. Like we get along very well in the
Yeah.
sense that we get distracted talking about our personal lives. Like
Yeah.
that's how like good
Right.
friends.
Just
we
good
are.
vibes, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like nice in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how
and
do
I
you
think
find them? Sorry, continue.
Who invited him?
I think she understands content better because we're on that friendly kind of vibe.
Yeah. Like, she'll be more comfortable just be like, look, I actually don't understand this. Like, can you just go
Yeah,
over it
exactly.
again? Yeah.
But I mean,
I guess now Param's question comes in,
But I
yeah.
was gonna say, how'd you find the student? Like, was it just through family, friends, or connections, or what?
I just put an ad out on Tutor Finder and high school tutors, and then
Yeah.
she reached out to me.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah. And when I used to do it in high school, I used to put it on like Gumtree. Actually works pretty well. Like a lot of people message, like a lot of parents, and then you can just text them and be like, yeah, we can have like a half an hour session or like just meeting face to face and then see if we get along with the kids, that sort of thing. And then like
I think-
you go on from there.
I think area matters a lot though, because I put it on Gumtree as well.
Yeah.
And I'm living in the Shire,
Yeah.
so like it's just a different culture here.
Yeah.
And I had it up for ages, and eventually I got like one text.
Yeah.
I got so excited. I went
Yeah.
to check, and it's from my dad.
That's so sad.
He was like,
No, he was like, yeah, I'm interested in this. Ha ha ha.
no, I mean like if for like those people who are just listening right now and they're thinking of trying to get into the tutoring place, just post like, look, this is what I want to tutor. This is my year group that I'm in. This is like maybe some achievements if you got that going for you. And then I would recommend, like for me, when I put it on Gumtree, I'm not gonna do like Mount Cola, which is like completely rural, like how Param did, man.
Talk about completely rural. There's, you know.
Yeah. I mean, there's levels to it. But people call me rural, like from like people who live in the city. They think Mount Cola is rural. So
yeah,
like,
right.
Yeah, but I would just put Chatswood down because like I traveled through Chatswood to uni or like to high school, right? So I could go there after school, and that's like a huge hub, right? A lot of people live near Chatswood. It's really accessible for everyone. So I would just like change the pin location on Gumtree, and then that gets a lot more like people to click on you as well. So I guess that's a strat. But yeah,
also,
and you just
in general, like for people considering tutoring, like look, Param, Aryan, and myself, we're from selective school background, so most of us and Madhu's from like we're in med, right? So most people in our kind of circles have already definitely considered tutoring as a way to get income. And for those who haven't considered it, I'd definitely say go for it. Whether you work for a company or whether you work as a private tutor, it's one of the most like high-paying jobs you can kind of get out of uni or even out of school, high school, or even during high school. Plus, it's like you're building a really good connection with like students and learning how to teach, and these are skills that like will be helpful in almost any career because it's like the ability to communicate with someone else who might not understand the concepts you understand is something that's like immeasurably valuable. So I'm just saying I'd recommend it to everyone. What's everyone else's thoughts on that?
No, I think it's a good experience. There's no harm in going for it. Just dropping a post and seeing how it goes from there. You gotta, when you wanna, you can put it on your resume as well later on, and it's a good source of income as well. Because I remember talking about it before. I don't know, Madhu, did you tutor before med interviews or was it only afterwards?
Yeah, like I started tutoring at the start of first year, so that was way before the med interviews for the 2021 cohort happened.
Right. Wait, I'm confused.
Do you mean Madhu's own med interview? Like
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my own med interview.
Yeah.
No,
'Cause I was like-
didn't start tutoring before that.
Right,
I started tutoring once I got into medicine.
Right, yeah. No, because like I was thinking like, oh, because Shalaby hasn't done it either. I don't know anyone. Maybe I'm sure there's people out there, but like I was wondering if anyone would talk about like, you know, tutoring students and like having some sort of interaction that could kind of reflect like a patient doctor sort of meeting. I don't know, like, you know.
Well, I think naturally, whenever you're, I mean, I obviously I hadn't done it before the interview, or I had briefly, but like not enough to where I'd be comfortable talking about it as a strong example of something. But even now, having done tutoring for a bit longer, and more like consistently, those kind of skills, they are somewhat similar to, and I can see how they would be transferable over to a doctor-patient kind of relationship where you're trying to explain difficult medical concepts to a patient who doesn't have that same terminology that we've learned at school. And so being able to explain those concepts simply and only the relevant things is a really important skill to develop. And it's not just in medicine. It's like if you're an engineer, you need to be able to explain things to different groups of people that you're going to be talking to, whether that be builders or architects or like people who are funding the project, whatever it might be, right? You have to be able to explain all of these things to different people. Whether you're in finance, you have to be able to talk to your investors and your, as well as your teammates and the like companies you're going to be investing in. So you're going to have all of these people. It's just the skill of communication, and that's if you can master that, you'll be able to go into any field and thrive at some level.
Yeah, for sure. That's good facts, dude. Everyone go out there and get a job. Let's go. Tutoring team. Or whatever it might be. But yeah. So, what do you want to talk about?
I mean, maybe circling back a little bit to kind of the questions we were talking about at the start. I mean, look, you live rural, and also you've kind of been exposed to like medicine rurally, right? Because of your parents. And I don't know, do you want to talk a little bit about that and like maybe why you wanted to go to medicine because of that experience, or even if you don't want to touch on that, maybe like just how you think about rural medicine in general, if it's something you'd consider as well.
So I think growing up, I didn't really look into rural medicine and I didn't really have much knowledge of it. But the funny thing is, I think I learned more about rural medicine by coming to the city and seeing the differences in what I thought was normal growing up in Albury compared to what was normal that I found in Sydney. Yeah, so like if you want me to outline the main differences, I guess here obviously there's longer wait times and there's less places to go to kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I think I really learnt about rural medicine while going on my Dubbo trip recently as well, because I think Dubbo and the surrounding towns are a little bit more rural than Albury is. And for example, like I have a hospital 5 or 10 minutes walk from my house, whereas like Dubbo, the surrounding towns had to drive quite a bit to get to that hospital. And through going to the schools there, I really learnt about the under-resourced kind of aspect of the healthcare.
So do you want to kind of like introduce the Dubbo trip, like what you guys were doing there and like who was involved kind of thing?
Yeah.
Just to give some context.
So essentially our Dubbo trip was for a week, and we went to the schools in Dubbo and the surrounding towns. I think the surrounding town was called Narromine, if I'm saying it right. And in the schools we taught about a condition called otitis media. So that's basically an ear condition that's infectious and affects a lot of people, especially living in that area. And so we went and we aimed to raise awareness and education on how to prevent or just manage the disease.
And I mean, I guess just briefly like touching so people can kind of like understand the importance of it. It's like when kids are growing up and they have, it's basically ear inflammation or like blocker of the ear which causes inflammation. So it stops them from being able to hear very well, and that affects their ability to understand what's going on around them, and so develop their language as well. So it's like has developmental like consequences if the condition isn't well managed. So yeah,
exactly. So that's why we went to the schools, because otitis media has a big impact on children and their learning. Obviously, if they can't hear the teacher well, they can't interact with their friends well, and that can lead into behavioral impacts as well. So yeah, that's where we taught, and through that we also got to understand through interacting with the teachers in their school and things, they were telling us about how there's crazy wait times, and sometimes they like talk to doctors over video call in the hospital because no one's there to come and help them out. And that was crazy for me to imagine, because that doesn't happen in Albury, or at least I haven't seen it. But I know in Sydney that would never happen. So
true.
I guess it just put things into perspective a bit, and it also made me more motivated to work in rural healthcare, which I hadn't really considered before.
Ayush had the same like sort of like
environment.
Like experience. He was like, he would definitely like to have a few years more of like, you know, medicine in rural areas, and like not only like helping out. Did you feel like I don't know about Dubbo, but like or Albury, I'm not sure which ones are like really small. But like Ayush was talking about like, you know, like that town that he went to was like really small, and everyone like knew each other, and it was like pretty like tight knit.
Well,
is that the same vibe?
Didn't he say it was like 300 or something?
Yeah, like 300 people.
So it's much bigger in Albury and Dubbo.
It was a village, bro. It was just a village.
True. But it's still the same
Albury's,
experience.
Albury's like super big. So
right.
It's not like that. I would say like Albury is like a suburb in Sydney kind of thing. Often when I go out, I'll see people I know, but it's not like I'll know every single person. Like I might just see someone who's working in a cafe that I know or something.
Okay, fair. That's fair enough. Also, one more question I had was like, you know how you went to Dubbo? Was that through like UNSW Med program or MedSoc, or was that like independent third party? Like how is that organized?
So that was through Uni Society. It wasn't MedSoc, but it was called Medical Outreaches Australia. So it was still a med student society. And they do the Dubbo trip every year.
Every year. Do they go other places, or is it just specifically Dubbo that they go to?
I think they go other places. I have a feeling, I think they went international as well, but obviously with COVID and stuff, that stopped recently. But Dubbo is one of their biggest trips that a lot of people are keen on. So that one always goes ahead.
I didn't make it. I put my application through. Obviously, I wasn't good enough. They were like,
"Really?
We don't want this little boy on the trip. We'll get him lost with all the primary school students." But yeah, no, so basically we had to like put applications through. It was like a Google form or something, and it was like they just asked some questions. It was nothing like too crazy.
Yeah, you weren't
but
good enough.
I still wasn't good enough. It was
You
like,
weren't
there
good
was a
enough
lot
to
of
get it.
people signing up to do it, and
Gee.
not that many spaces. So unfortunately,
Okay.
hopefully I can get it next time. But
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see.
Ah. Like how does living in Dubbo work? Like for that 1 week?
We stayed in their caravan park, so our accommodation wasn't exactly the fanciest, but
Fair
it was
enough.
actually so fun. Because,
Yeah, it would be. It would be good
Our
vibes.
cabins were mixed between the year groups, so I got to know a lot of the seniors really well.
Yeah.
And because it was a smaller group, every night we'd go and have like a games night in the main cabin
Yeah.
with everyone just squished in, and then we'd like separate into our own cabins and have like a girls' night and things
Yeah.
like that. So it was
Very
it was
COVID
just nice.
safe.
Yeah. COVID safe. Yeah.
That's what you
This
missed out
was
on.
before like
Shalaby.
all that stuff happened.
You missed out on girls.
You missed out on girls' night, Shalaby.
Right.
Damn it.
I mean, Yash would have enjoyed that, definitely. Yeah, him in his Zoom call with girls, bro. Feminine.
To all the Canadian women out there.
All the Canadian,
Yeah,
all the Canadian.
I'm missing some context, but okay.
Well, from
You
the-
didn't
from
watch
the-
you didn't watch the video?
No, it was CLB, dude. You haven't even edited it.
Oh.
You were giving me
You didn't
shit.
watch the video? Param.
That's on you, bro.
I don't have any words.
I know we were talking about Aisha's story as well, and we haven't even dropped that video yet. So there's
Yeah,
no
By the
chance
time
Madhu
this
watched
one
that.
gets released,
Yeah, that obviously
Yeah.
that
So
one.
it's
Yeah,
okay.
that one
Yes.
will be dropped tonight, sometime today. But
But
yeah.
I mean, you talked about a little bit about societies and like, well, at least
Yeah.
how this was organized. But you're involved in societies as well, like the med societies and stuff. I don't know. Do you want to talk about your experience with uni societies and that kind of
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think uni societies are literally like the biggest reason why I have friends in uni because
Fair.
coming to UNSW, I literally didn't know anyone, like 0 people, because no one from my school went to UNSW. In fact, a lot of my grade took gap years. That's like a big thing in rural schools.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had no one coming in. And then I think through getting involved in MedSoc, especially in first year, I like through getting involved in MedSoc in first year, I guess expanded my circle. Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know, try and sell it to me. Because personally for me, like, I didn't necessarily think... I was like, so I did the leadership thing in high school, and then I was kind of like, well, maybe it wasn't like the best experience.
He called it a day, dude. He called it a day.
I
He
was
got it
kinda like,
done.
I'm gonna take a break
it was
from
like,
this.
got the interviews done. We got it, dude.
I
We
was
got
just
it.
happy to be at med, and I was
No,
just
but
kind of
to be
like,
fair, I think you had a bad experience.
with
maybe.
Which is
XYZ
irrelevant, which
principle.
is yeah,
with a
because of some principle.
allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Nah, I mean, like, to be honest, I think a lot of it was me as well. Like, maybe I had a different perception of what, like, leadership in high school was. So, like, I had this warped perspective of, I think I'm gonna, like, this is my role. But then when it came down to it, it really wasn't the same thing. So I think it's like,
just a figurehead.
because my expectations were very different to the reality, it created this disconnect. And so that made me not enjoy the experience as much. And so when I was getting into uni, I was like, I don't necessarily want to get involved straight away. So yeah, I mean, for someone like me,
Dude, I was just thinking of what happened last week with Ayush. I was looking at you. I was like, dude, I was trying not to smile. I looked at him. He was smiling, and that made me smile. And then you started laughing.
Dude, all Param said in that entire thing was a figurehead. Shalaby
I'm trying to
relate.
relate. Sorry,
Alright,
Shalaby.
dude.
that's
No,
okay. I
dude,
forgive
that's
you.
on
But if
me.
you
That's on me.
ever do it again, bro, I'm come down to Menai and
That's
say
what
your
you
house
said
on
last
fire.
week.
Allegedly.
But
I love that word, dude. That word is so good.
in any case,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Anyway.
after my little monologue there,
Yeah.
how would you sell it to me, Madhu? Like, what would you kind of say the strong suits of joining society?
I think, okay, so high school leadership and uni leadership is completely different. And I think it's because high school leadership, you primarily talk to teachers a lot, and you don't really get as much student interaction as you do in uni. Whereas like if you have leadership in uni, all the society is students. You don't really talk to faculty unless you go to a faculty meeting, which is like once a month. Everything else is all run by students with student opinions and student desires. So I think it's much more rewarding because I did leadership in high school as well, but I feel like a lot of the things I was doing was because that's what the staff expected. Whereas in uni, you're doing it because you know that people actually want these events run or these things changed, and you feel like you're giving back more to what the student body wants.
True.
And in that process, you get to socialize a lot more because you talk primarily with seniors and interact with them in making these things happen.
Yeah.
And I guess at the end of the day, you're all adults, right? So there is like a greater level of trust kind of thing between and ability to work together. Aryan, what's up, bro?
Nothing. There's something in my eye.
I didn't even do anything.
No, I was just looking to the other side, dude. I was looking to the other
This is all
side.
you.
There was just something in my eye, dude. There was literally something in my eye. What's wrong with that? Why can't I have something in my eye, dude?
You're not allowed to, bro.
No.
I can't
have. No,
Oh, yeah.
Save it for
So
later.
unprofessional. You're so unprofessional.
Dude,
Such an unprofessional host you are.
I'm muting you, Param. I'm muting you.
But,
Shalaby.
I mean-
Okay, you know what? I'll join in now.
Thank you.
Thank you for announcing that.
Would you like to do it or?
Yeah, so no. So essentially, I was just gonna say, dude, I know you guys go to like the big society events, but I'm not sure if MedSoc has like weekly like little gatherings, through like every week at UNSW, like or like just like a gathering at like in like some common room or something like that. But like for me at least, the like the computing society has like the weekly like board games night. And that's super fun. Like we play poker with like a bunch of people.
Where was
I
my
met a
invites,
lo-
bro?
Dude, you should come, dude. Like Ravindu comes and he goes to Macquarie.
Yeah.
And like Isaac doesn't study syncs like computing. He comes. Govindu comes. Himeth comes. Tim comes. I go. And like we all.
Is it
like,
just the boys? Is there the
no,
only
dude,
people who come?
Like we meet like a lot of people. At least I've met a lot of people who are studying the same stuff. Or like in my tutorial, but I didn't really talk to them until I saw them at the society, and now we're like friends, like that sort of thing. And I think that was just it's also just a fun night. It's like a sick ass night where like everyone comes together and like we just like play games all night, and it's like that's something to look forward to. That's why I like societies in that essence. Wait, Madhu, are you like in any like positions per se, like, or is it just like subcommittee sort of thing?
So last year I was the first year rep for our grade. So that role literally let me like get to know so many people in our grade, which was so good. As I said, because like I knew I knew no one coming in.
Yeah.
And then this year I'm in like a few subcommittees, and I'm also in this thing called Med Show, which is basically a production run by med students. So I'm in their promos team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you guys
positions.
The Grand Pooh Bear.
The Pooh Bar. Not Pooh Bear. Yeah.
Whoa,
That's
wait,
what the
what is
role's
this?
called.
I have no context. Give some context,
No,
guys.
they like named the promos team, like the roles are called Pooh Bars. I think that stands for someone who's like good at multiple things or something like that. But then Nick gives me shit for the name.
But yeah, so
What?
no, so it's Pooh Bar just means like Pooh Bar.
P-U-B-A.
No, like POOBAH.
Pooh Bar. Right. Pooh Bar.
You can act like you know what it means now.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
Yeah, of course.
I get it now.
What am I meant to do with that word?
But it's basically Madhu, like you run the marketing kind of thing for it, right? For Med Show.
Yeah, like we make the merch. We do
You
the
design merch?
poster.
You guys get to design it?
Yes. Like
That's
me and
sick.
the other two people
Yeah.
that I'm working with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds hella fun, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, like designing and like creative sort of shit, and then like you gotta, like, what do you call up the retailers or like the manufacturers to create it
Yeah.
itself?
So we like got in touch with a manufacturer, and then we drew the designs, and eventually we'll send it through and they'll print it. And
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick. And then like people can just buy it and like and shit like that.
Exactly.
Dope.
All our cast will wear it for like promo purposes as well.
So it's a cast and it's like a production. So is there
It's
like a play?
theater kind of thing.
Ah, yeah.
So
like,
we basically do a spin-off of popular movies.
so what's
Oh,
this
okay.
one?
Make
right.
it med related.
Med related.
So what's
Oh, dude, I
this
think
year?
I've seen one of these before. No, I haven't seen it, but like I saw like
on
something on
Nathan's
poster.
profile probably.
Yeah,
It's like 10
yeah,
things I
yeah,
hate
yeah.
about flu or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. What's that based off? 10 things I hate about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. No stress.
So what's this year's one?
Yeah.
Have
I
they sorted it
cannot
out?
say.
Uh-huh.
No,
It's
we're not allowed to
confidential.
reveal it yet.
Ooh.
I'm pleased for the podcast though. For the
No,
podcast.
no,
No one's watched
For the
this
clickbait,
far into
for
it.
the
It's alright. It's no
clickbait.
stress. It's no
For the
stress.
I
clickbait.
will
Just for the
literally get
Give us an
through with
acronym.
my
Give us the
role.
acronym for the movie.
No.
Just the
I
acronym.
won't.
Just
It's so, it's so obvious. Okay, wait. Let me think of a hint to give you.
Okay.
The hint is I'm not in it.
You're not in it. How's
I'm
that
not
a
in
hint?
it. It's not a hint. I'm just telling you a
The
beautiful
hint
piece of
is,
information.
Sounds like a when moment to me. Param, can you agree with that statement?
Yeah, no, I fully agree with that.
Thank you,
statement,
man. Thank you.
actually.
well.
No worries.
Now, if
no
you
worries.
can't tell, we don't want to put you in a position where you're gonna get kicked out. So that's okay.
No.
No. We're fine, dude. No one's watched this.
She was gonna tell us the name.
Yeah, dude.
Shalaby,
Shut up,
your mouth.
Shalaby. Oh, dude, who invited Shalaby? Such a killjoy, dude.
I'm throwing Madhu.
He's
a
just
lifeline
mad that
'cause I know she
Madhu's taller
can't.
than him, dude. He's actually just mad that Madhu's taller than him.
Shut your mouth, boy.
Yeah. Madhu, give us a hint.
I'll give you like one word.
Just say it's med related.
Okay. Give us something, just start spicing it up, you know what I'm saying? This is good promo.
Yeah.
It's excitement.
Yeah.
Scientist.
Scientist.
Oh, I got it.
Let's go, Param.
Tell us your
Param,
thing.
what you got?
No, yeah, I gotta keep it secret.
I know. I got something,
That
right?
means
So,
you
like,
don't know anything.
No, I know it.
yeah. I know it as well now, because Param just told me.
Aryan, do you want to share? Do you want to share?
Nah, so you know how the equator is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got the tropic of Capricorn, right?
Right.
Like 30, 45 degrees, got the longitude, latitude, and then scientists do that calculation thing, geography and that.
So
Essentially, what movies look at geography?
Planet of
Documentaries.
the Apes.
Yes, no, anything global, right? I'm thinking Edinburgh,
Edinburgh.
right? He goes global.
David Attenborough.
So we're
Yeah.
getting
Who else
David
goes-
Attenborough.
who else goes
David
global?
Attenborough for Med Show.
Yeah, who else goes global? Tom
Planet of
Cruise.
the
World
Apes.
War.
Tom
Planet of
Cruise.
the Apes. It's
Mission
Planet of the
Impossible.
Apes. That's what it is.
Yeah, and then well, that's my that's
So
what I'm
David
saying.
Attenborough and Tom Cruise,
Tom
team
Cruise,
up
yeah.
for Mission Impossible, and
Yeah.
that's the Med Show.
Yes,
Sheesh.
Yeah.
We got a high
Done.
budget.
Oh my gosh,
we got
yes,
a...
don't worry about it. We'll see some stuff soon. But scientists, dude, guys, you heard it here first. Wait, should we do our words of the day?
No,
Yeah,
that's
that-
for later. That's for later.
No,
Oh, is it late? Is it
for
too early?
later. No,
Shit.
it's fine. It's at random times throughout.
It's at
the-
random
okay,
times,
okay,
dude.
okay.
What
Words
is
of the
later?
day.
Time is relative. It's a human construct.
Okay. All right. Okay. So what's your word? Is it time or something?
Nah, I'm
Is it
thinking
Tom
about
Cruise
it.
or some shit?
Nah, I'm pushing it over to Param for now.
I'm pushing it over to Shalaby.
Shalaby,
seems
what's
like
your
he's-
word for today?
Shalaby
Okay.
seems so confident today.
My word is snowflake.
Yeah, you are one, bro.
Thank you. I'm wearing white today, so
Yeah, yeah,
channeling my inner snowflake.
yeah, fair. I'm
we'll
thinking.
go-
This word
yeah,
of the day.
So just come up with
we got it, bro! We got it,
What?
dude. We got it.
Damn.
So,
So
we
what do we do
just
now?
come up with a word of the day.
Nah, dude, why'd she ruin it, dude? We couldn't say anything, dude.
Damn.
Well,
Yeah,
you want to
the
come up with some crazy rule or something?
I was gonna be like, dude, you have to do like 16 star jumps if you don't know what the word of the day is.
That doesn't make
Dude,
any
like-
sense because I just said a word of the day.
Yeah, but you knew the word of the day, dude. Anyways.
What?
Alright, Madhu, what's your word of the day? Do you have
As
a word?
in
It's right, you can push
a
it off
word
the
that I
club.
like. Or that I
Just
like.
any
Give me
word,
any
any
word.
word.
It's just the word of your
Word.
day, bro. Well, I guess it's the word of the week, isn't it?
Sure.
Doesn't matter, bro. Shut up, man.
Bro, dude, you can shut up right now, dude. You don't even have a word right now, alright? And you're talking shit right now. Yeah, exactly. Exactly what I thought, dude. Exactly.
I'll push it to Param.
Yeah, push it to Param, dude. Because Param isn't coming up with shit right now, dude. He's letting the entire team down.
Bricks.
Man's looked out the window. He said, bricks. You know what I'm thinking, dude? I'm thinking. What am I thinking, dude? What was this week's vibe was like? I'm thinking summer.
Summer.
I'm thinking hot. I'm thinking yellow. I'm thinking.
That's a more than one
That's
word.
why you're wearing
That's
yellow.
more than one
That's why
word.
I'm wearing yellow, because
Oh
summer
my
vibes,
God.
my G. You know
It's
what
a
I'm saying?
motif.
It's a motif.
What
What
is
does it
color?
say? Bent vinyl.
Oh my.
Vinyl. That's the word for this.
Oh, John Vinyl. Oh.
What? No, I
Oh
said
my
bent.
God.
Bent vinyl.
Oh my god.
Okay.
It's all linked. It's all linked.
Shut your mouth.
Anyway.
Alright, Madhu.
Mother, your turn.
Thoughts?
Extra.
Extra.
Because this podcast has been extra as fuck.
Extra pancake.
Extra fun.
Extra
pancake.
waffle. Alright, guys. What's the get-go with life right now?
I think you just gotta, buy that.
Yeah, dude.
Buy that.
Joe Rogan style, bro. Joe Rogan style. Dude, have you seen the monkey thing? Dude, when he's like, if there was if like
A chimpanzee came and he'd like rip your nuts off or something.
if there was the amount if there was like the same amount of chimpanzees as humans, we would be fucked.
So you're channeling
Hey,
you're doing a cosplay of Joe Rogan right now with
Yeah.
the bald hair and the.
Exactly. But I'm just not buff enough. I'm too buff actually.
Yeah, no, you're looking quite toned recently.
Thanks, bro.
That's
It's
what I
actually the
was gonna
shirt,
say.
dude. No, I was
it's just the shirt.
Dude, the shirt actually makes me look too thin, dude. Like it's not doing me
I was-
justice, dude.
I was gonna say it makes you look too big.
Oh yeah, you reckon,
Yeah.
dude? Yeah. Have you been hitting the gym recently, dude? I
actually
see it,
have.
dude.
Yeah.
I see it. The cheeks
You
are
see
looking
it?
much better now.
You see it? You see
Yeah,
it?
I see it,
Thank
dude.
you,
I see it.
thank you.
Yeah. No,
Thank you.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, why'd you have to? Okay.
Nah, I'm just saying, dude. I'm just saying.
Alright, fair enough. Fair enough.
Is the man's doing a run today?
No,
Why not?
I've never done a run.
In his life, bro. Never in his life. How much did you run today, Aryan?
I've ran like 3Ks already, and then I'll go for a run afterwards.
Wow.
Give
That was
Mother
like a
the
warm-up.
context. Give Mother the context.
Yeah, I'll
of
give
what our
my.
group's doing.
Essentially, it's September, so everyone does like this Steptember thing. We did this last year as well. Essentially,
September sounds very weird.
like Steptember, like Steptember. No, it's weird. Okay. Anyways, like what is there's like on Strava there's a challenge. Strava's a running app. All the boys are in it, and essentially it's like run 100Ks in September. So that's essentially what we're doing. And then to spicing it up, our mate Govindu, if you know him, I don't know if you do, maybe.
Ravindu?
Givindu. I think you've made
Yeah.
Givindu once before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
think I've met him.
our man's Govindu has been very generous, and he's like, anyone who can actually do the 100Ks, he'll shout them like Hard Rock Cafe like a breakfast for everyone.
Oh.
And
At
then
the
he
end of
said,
Wedlock,
anyone who beats him in
Yeah.
like at the end, whoever has the most kilometers basically
Yeah,
gets money.
yeah.
And he
Yeah.
said, whoever beats me
Yeah.
gets like
His
however
amount of
much
kilometers in
money.
dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if someone
So-
ran like 200Ks and he only ran like 160, then he'll pay that guy $200 cash. But
Oh,
if he
wow.
runs the most, right, then he doesn't have to pay anyone because obviously he wins basically. But he's kind of like a gun. Like he'll run like 20Ks in a day. So
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And
Like right now, I just want to hit the 100Ks and get the cafe breakfast. Shalaby, how much did you run yesterday?
7.
7Ks. All right,
Yeah.
good start, dude. Good start. How you feeling?
Very bad. Horrible.
Yeah.
My
Dude-
hamstrings are stuffed.
Yeah. Did you find it hard to breathe because of the heat, dude?
I
saw
found
it's
it
like-
hard to breathe because I'm really unfit. That was the main thing. But also
Yeah.
like when I went for my run, right? So I'm in Rhodes, and so there's this
Yeah.
like really beautiful kind of circuit through like a park and then through like the waterfront kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
you're at the water's edge and there's a bridge, and then I get back to my apartment, right? And so it's like this really nice circuit. But then if you do the whole circuit, it's maybe like 5 kilometers, maybe like 5.5, 6, that kind of thing, right? So it's not too bad. But then they closed off one of the routes, so I had to go
Yeah.
the long way around. And I was
Oh,
like,
shit.
I got to it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't
Yeah.
want to do it. I don't want to go further. I'm just gonna go and turn back.
Yeah.
And then I sat down on the bench and I opened
Yeah.
up the group, right? The group chat
Yeah.
that we're doing
Yeah.
for this.
Yeah.
And I see your video. You're just sitting there like,
Yeah.
boys,
Yeah.
you just gotta go and run.
Yeah.
Don't for any prizes. Just do it
Yeah.
for yourself.
Yeah.
And you just like sit there for a minute, like giving
Yeah.
this motivational speech. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck this guy. I have to do it now. So then I go and finish it, and I'm like heaving the whole time, and I'm like, every
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know, 300 meters. I'm like,
Stop. Yeah.
just like sitting down. People are like looking
Yeah.
past me and thinking, like, what the fuck is wrong
They're
with
like,
this
dude,
guy?
is this guy alright? Dude?
Is he
Is
dying?
he having like heart problems?
But then at the same time, it's
Like,
COVID, so no one's getting too close.
Yeah,
Like,
no one's. It's such a weird like dichotomy. Like you'll be running, and like normally people would give you space, but now people will give you space anyway. So you don't know if they're being nice or it's because it's like that.
They're,
Don't
like,
come
scared of
near
you.
me. Look, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
don't like I don't want you like breathing and shit on me, dude. Like get out of here. So I'm still like, oh, thanks guys, thanks. And then they're just like, okay. So you never know, dude. You never know.
Yeah.
One time we were running in the city. This is way before. This was last year, and there's just like a lady and like some older guy just walking, and then me and my mate are just running, and obviously we're running on the footpath and stuff, and like they're walking towards us and we're going. So you would think like, you know, we'll go in like single streams, right? And then like we get close and she's like, dude, like don't get too close to us, you know, just because I'm walking on the I'm like, wait, alright, loud, dude. I'm just gonna keep going. But it was quite this is like not even like when COVID was like really a lot. This is like November last year, so I was like, okay.
No, I love pedestrians, bro.
You
like-
love pedestrians?
I was riding a bike one time. This was in year 12. I was riding a
Yeah.
bike. I'm literally on a bike track.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
says, like, you know, it's like
Yeah, it's
people
the
walk
bike
here and
symbol
bike
on the
walk
ground.
here. Like
Yeah, yeah,
bike
yeah,
can
yeah.
go here as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm riding, and then some
Yeah.
lady's just like, "Get on the road and get off the path." I'm like, "What the fuck? It's literally a bike path. Like, what the hell?" I was so confronted and
Yeah.
alarmed.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Yeah, and then there's Yash who was like riding a cycle and like a magpie swoops down on him, and then he's like, he's like freaking out.
Magpies are like crazy common in Albury. Everyone
Yeah.
gets swooped like all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What's
so
the
do you have
strategy?
trauma? Do you have any childhood trauma stories of
No,
magpies?
luckily it has not happened to me yet, but it's
Yeah.
happened to my brother, my dad, my mom,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they just come
So-
at you, right?
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
when you're riding the bike, and
Yeah.
some people like fall over onto the road. Like that's
Oh
how
my-
bad they are.
Dude, that's
So
mad.
yeah.
I remember I was jogging around Epping once before we played basketball, and like I was just went for like through the bush, and like I never thought this magpie shit was real. I was like, dude, Yash is just being a big ass wuss, right? Classic Gupta, right? And then I'm just running, and then like I just, it's just like coming right. I'm like, bro, what's going on? And I like start sprinting, and it's fast, dude. It's fast. It's a bird, dude. I start running, and it's still catching up to me, and I can hear it, like it's coming, and it goes like swoop right over my head, and like it's just like I'm like, bro, and then I just jet, dude. I keep running, dude, because like I feel like if I stay there any longer, it's gonna come back and swoop again, right? So I can't risk that, dude. I can't risk that, so I have to keep going. Anyways, that was life-threatening sort of thing. So I now relate with
It's life-threatening.
Yash.
Life-threatening.
It was, dude. It's
Yeah,
life-threatening.
that's-
Your life was
Aryan's own
flashed
Vietnam.
for you.
It's
Param,
Aryan's own
what's
Vietnam.
life? Param,
No,
the
no,
run
yeah,
itself
Yash
is
is
life-threatening for you, bro.
No. Yash is a wuss. Yash is a wuss, right? Yash is a wuss.
No,
But
dude,
the
times have
magpie
changed,
was
dude.
life-threatening.
Experiences, bro. Personal experiences.
Oh,
you know,
you've
you
grown.
can relate on
You've
different.
grown.
Dude,
Personal growth.
you haven't. You've grown this way, all right?
Yeah?
You
Are you
reckon,
sure?
yeah?
Are you
Okay,
sure?
yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Shots fired, bro. Shots
You're
fired.
gonna be the only person
You know what's
with 0
funny?
kilometers at the end of
no,
September, dude.
No, you know
This
what's
guy,
funny? You know what's
dude.
funny? I watch his motivational videos sitting on the
Yeah.
couch and I just laugh.
We're gonna
He's
put a
like-
clip in. We're gonna put a clip in. So if you haven't started running, guys, like, it's not like about the money or the Hard Rock Cafe or anything. Like, do it for yourself. Like, go out there and run like 1 kilometer. Just do like 500 meters. You know.
He's sweating his
sound
ass
how
off.
motivational
He's sweating his ass off. He's like, boys, if you're not running, what are you doing? I was just sitting on the couch. Having the time of my life. Having the time of my life on the
Oh my
couch.
god, dude.
I need to see these videos now.
Yeah, dude.
we'll chuck them up on this episode. We'll like overlay them or something.
Yeah, we
But,
will, we will, definitely.
Anyway, circling back a little bit, like I know when you were in Sydney, right? You'd have like you had the F45 right next to your place, and you would like go there like so often, right? I know every time like we'd come to uni or whatever, and you'd be like, okay, see you guys, I'm gonna go and hit the gym now, and so like that became very common. But now that I'm assuming it's all closed up, or maybe it's back open now in Albury, or do you even have F45? Do you have an F45 in Albury?
Yes, we do. We do.
Oh, shit, I thought, yeah, fair enough, dude. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
So have you been like, what have you
They
been
don't even
doing
have one
during
in Menai,
lockdown?
dude.
We do actually.
Well, Param wouldn't have seen it.
No, it's Gym Central. I'll tell you that much.
Have you like been doing anything in lockdown, or have you just kind of been like, I'll just wait till I can get back into the groove of things?
So in lockdown, I've actually like picked up running as well, which is really different to what I usually do. I usually just go to the gym or F45. But something that I like about running, I don't know if you guys feel this as well, but when I'm running, I don't really think about anything apart from running. So it puts my mind at peace like a lot, especially during exam times and things. And in Albury, the paths are very quiet. You don't really see people walking around when you're running. So I like being alone on a big stretch of path and just thinking about nothing and running straight.
Do you listen to music while you run, or?
I do. And it depends on my mood.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't know, for
And
me...
what type of music do you go?
No, you go.
I was going to say, for me, the entire time I'm running, it's just a inner bitch dialogue. It's just like me being a little bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, just take a break. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, stop being a bitch.
Stop being a
And it's just
bitch.
over and over again. Like this whole conversation, the entire time I'm running.
How I motivate myself. I'm like, I see a pole, right? I'm like, if I don't make it to that pole, I just keep, I just keep running.
I'm never going to include that, right?
You can't leave this bit.
It's alright. We can bleep it out.
I'm dead.
I can't motivate myself. It's fear. It's a fear.
I knew Param would be the first to get bleeped out. Oh, dude. Cancel Central, dude. Cancel Central.
Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
But it's just not... I haven't heard that one before, but...
I've never heard that one before.
I respect it. Whatever works for you, bro. Whatever works for you.
It works.
Oh, Param, bro, dude. Fuck.
So next time, so we know how to motivate you now. Instead of Aryan sending the motivational video, she'll send you a personal video.
Yeah.
We'll just get him running after me. I'll be very, very scared.
Wait, what'd you say? Send him after you?
Yeah, send him running after me.
Okay. Anyways,
back to running.
Moving on.
I feel like once you get you do running for like 1 or 2, 3 weeks in a row, right? And you're in a fit stage. That's like when it like starts getting easy, right? And when it gets easy, that's like just the best vibe because you just go. You're like looking at shit, like look, it's a bird, it's a fucking tree, and you're like, yeah, good vibes, you know. Getting in a rhyme, getting the oxygen.
and then there's a magpie. Oh, fuck.
There's a magpie. Well, I mean, I don't like that, but like, whatever floats your boat. And you can listen to music, you know. I feel like the first few, like, even like, because I've just gotten back into running. Like, I go like on, like, we went hard last September, and I ran like 170 Ks. And then at the end of it, it was like good vibes, right? And then I just stopped. And then I was like running. When I was working, I was running in the city like with my mate like every day, and then we were like getting good at this one track because you know like what's gonna happen, so you can, you know, pace yourselves accordingly. So like but then I stopped because lockdown, right? So then I'm getting back into it, and like these first few runs, I know it's like now I just know like they're gonna be shit, but like you run a couple 10Ks, even if you have to stop and stuff. Eventually your 3Ks are gonna be easy, your 5Ks are gonna be easy. And then it's just gonna be good vibes, and you'll be able to smash them out. So that's my running vibe at least. What do you guys reckon?
I've never gotten that far.
You
The
never
last
gonna-
time I ran for an extended period of time, like literally the last time I ran before yesterday was last September. And
Last
I did
September,
that.
yeah.
I was like, when we started, I was like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna fucking run every day in September. It's gonna be sick. By the end of it, I'm gonna just be like an Adonis. I'll be so so
Crazy
sculpted,
mended.
so fit, bro. I'll just be running everywhere.
All the
I'll be
girls be
amazing.
chasing you.
I'll be so fast they won't be able to catch up.
Exactly,
Bro.
dude. Exactly, dude.
But then I think I got like what? I think I only did like 10 days or something.
Shit.
And it wasn't even in a row. It was just like 10 random
Overall.
days throughout the month.
Yeah.
It was very pathetic.
Are you gonna go for the 70Ks this month?
I don't know. Let's just see how my body holds up. I don't want to.
Come on, dude. Just push yourself.
I'm not gonna
man.
put any
You
obligations
got
out
18 days, dude. You got 18 days. And you ran 7Ks yesterday. So you have like around 63 kilometers in 18 days. Is 3.5 kilometers a day. Calm.
All right, fine. I'll do it. I'll commit to it.
Yeah. So
Social.
essentially, Madhu, like the people who hadn't started, because we only added the money sort of like Hard Rock Cafe reward like 2 days ago, right? Or 3 days ago. So people who had 0, Govindu was really kind, and he was like, you don't have to hit the 100. We're gonna give you, because it was like 10th of September. You have 66% left of the month. You only have to do around like 70% of the total 100 kilometers. So now for Shalaby, who hadn't started, he has the 70k mark.
But like, to be honest, I actually started before he put that in the chat.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
But Govindu's not going to watch, so it's okay.
Yeah,
we don't need to know.
okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no one's watching this far in, so it's loud. It's loud. This is the best part of the pod. Like when there's no viewers, so you can say whatever you want.
So with that being said, Madhu, do you have any questions for us that you want to let us know?
Yeah.
I guess a lot of your pods have talked about uni life and stuff and friendships and things, but I want to hear about how you guys have changed recently as people, and how do you feel you've grown through COVID and through your recent experiences?
Good.
Starting with deep topic.
That was the best question that's been asked on the entire pod.
Maybe we should have just started like this instead of...
Get Madhu to ask us the questions. That's a good point, dude. Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah.
Someone with actual insight to offer.
Yeah, dude. Insight-wise, I feel like one of the most important things that I'm trying to actively do, and I've learned over this year, and I guess mainly this year, is like, don't stretch myself too thin, right? Don't like do too many things at once. Focus on a few things and just whatever you enjoy, just go at it. Mm-hmm. So like, I was like working, I was like doing societies, studying, and like I might be like trying to do like volunteering, as well as like doing side work as well. Like, there's no point to do all of this sort of stuff. Just find whatever you really like during that time, like during a period of your life, and go hard at it. And then when you're like, now this is cool, I find more enjoyment in something else, go towards that. So that's what I'm trying to actively do these days. What's your thoughts on that, guys?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Shalaby's so down.
Shalaby's so down. I knew it, dude. Come on, man. Come on, man, bro.
I'm sure I had something to say, so I wasn't.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I got a bit of what you were saying.
Yeah.
But it was very good, very insightful.
It was very good, very insightful. I don't know what you said. But
yeah, but I'm sure that was good.
Yeah, knowing you're the profound after all, eh?
Of course. I am actually the profound, so...
Yeah.
No joke there, so...
What was it? The brown, the clown, and the profound?
Yeah. Who do you reckon is who?
We don't label it.
We don't label it, but who do you reckon is who?
We let the viewers decide, but you are a viewer, so you can
profound.
decide.
It's up to personal interpretation.
Hint. I'm profound, so you just have to think about the other two guys.
The brown is Param.
Wow.
Okay, cool.
Then Nick's not that funny though, so I don't get why he's like the clown.
Okay, so Shalaby can be brown. Shalaby is considered brown, dude. Let's be honest.
Sometimes I forget that Shalaby is like Egyptian.
Exactly.
I literally think he's Indian sometimes.
Yeah, dude, look at it. Dude, that's what happens when you chill with like Yash. And I guess me as well.
But I remember we were so bad to Yash. I remember in like year 8 or year 9, we would just say, "Bro, I can smell curry powder." we're all brown anyway, so it's not like
yeah.
I don't know what was.
It's funny because Yash was the most stereotypically Indian.
Yeah.
It was more funny. The most funny part was just that he'd get really pissed off. So it didn't matter if it was true or not. It was just that he'd get so mad about everything. Well, like just everything we were saying.
Yeah.
That
Bro, I still he got so mad. I still remember I think it was end of year 10, right?
Yeah.
I was just scrolling through his Facebook and I found a picture of his dad going like this. He's like drunk at some like football at some cricket match, right? He's going like this. I'm like, I showed Yash this, right? He just like gets up, like pulls my glasses off my face and chucks them across.
But honestly, I don't like this new like chill Yash as much.
We want old Yash back.
Yash was the best, bro.
Dude, old Yash.
I have not seen this version of Yash.
Nah, you haven't. Yeah, I think he
I missed the
old
old
Yash went with HSC or like year 12, I guess.
I think
he got burnt out.
Like year 11.
Year 11, yeah. Like I think year 10 was the last year of old Yash, and then with year 11
when he stopped playing games.
Yes, dude. I remember we used to like just me, Shalaby, and Yash just used to sit in like one corner of the school, and then it would just be like recess. Yash just ranting about English, like what? She's saying like, and then that's over. Lunchtime, ranting about maths. Start, boom, lunch over, going home, on the bus, rounding starts. Fucking brilliant content, dude. Brilliant.
Brilliant.
I wish we
recorded that, bro.
recorded that.
Nah, I
dude.
mean, I don't know if it was every lunch and recess.
It was not every, but it was
But
a
I do
majority of what I
there
remember.
there was definitely he was a salty boy.
Yeah.
He was a salty
And
boy
then
back in the day.
Yash used to do this strategy. He's like, he would always wear his sports shirt, right? Even on normal school days when we don't have sports at all, right? He would just wear a sports shirt and his pants, right? And then a zip-up jacket that goes all the way up here. And then he used to do like the. He always likes to hide behind us, like just like cheeky, like, oh, fucking love it, dude.
Well,
Come on, Yash, dude.
what's your impression of Yash compared to what we've just described?
Yeah.
Yash is so chill. Like he's so unbothered by everything. So it's like very strange to hear the fact that he used to rant so much. I feel like I always go to Yash if I need someone to like say you need to stop caring about this.
Yeah.
Like, he helps stop the overthinking.
Well, I guess like he's like learned it through going through the fire
through
kind
it.
of like
Yeah,
so he's the
yeah.
best one to give advice on
Yeah.
that kind of stuff because he's
Yeah.
lived that. He's had all his saltiness for a lifetime was just
Yeah.
packed into those years,
Yeah.
and now he's like super good.
Yeah. Like he knows, just like looking back at it, it's like, oh, it's like there's no point like stressing about like this sort of stuff, I guess. Yeah.
Well, actually, that's a question I wanted to ask you boys as well. So, of course, you know, like me and Nick are friends, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't go
and
that
we
far.
met-
Shit! Oh, I mean, I wouldn't say that about me and Param either. So like,
Oh yeah.
yeah. You reckon? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to go right now? Yeah.
Yeah.
I bring it in.
Bring it in. I'm actually gonna bring it in too.
Anyways,
let
sorry.
us speak, bro.
Let us speak, dude. Param, Jesus Christ.
No, but I think Nick like tells me a lot about you boys.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get your opinion on like guy and girl friendships versus guy and guy friendships, like your friendship with the boys versus like the girls.
The boys are
Nick always
undeniable,
tells
bro.
me like the differences.
Right. And like what are the actual differences?
Well, okay, I can explain a bit.
Yeah,
right?
and like how do you approach your friendships differently depending on
So I mean, look, like we all went to all boys school, right? So in high school, our friendships were like primarily with like the mates we're gonna have at school, right? So just boy like friendships.
Yeah.
So yeah, like for us, also I think part of it is just like, you know, we've literally grown up together, so you're a lot more familiar and you have all of this shared history, right? So
Yeah.
for us, you know, we're quite banterous with one another. We're like talk a lot of shit to each other.
Yeah.
And there's not really many lines like
Yeah.
that you can't
Actual
cross.
content. There's not much substance.
Oh, there's not much substance, but there's also
Oh,
not
right,
really
yeah,
any
you were gonna
solid
say-
lines that you can't
Oh,
cross.
okay, right.
There's no boundaries.
It's open
Yeah,
season.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's for sure. That's
But
for
then
sure,
at the same time, it's like we know we've always got each other's back and all of that stuff. And like
Yeah.
yeah, so it's
Actually, there is boundaries. Like
Sometimes, yeah. Oh,
I don't know. We like
I crossed them. I crossed them.
most
for
of
the
us,
lols.
most of us have them. I think
Yeah.
Aryan doesn't. I think Aryan just.
I
does
like
whatever he
to.
wants.
I like to shoot from the hip, bro. Fast and
but
loose,
to
dude.
be honest,
If the
Aryan
time's
gets
right,
more-
we go for
more,
it.
Like
You'll tell things to Aryan in private, and
Yeah.
he'll joke about them in a group setting.
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
100%, dude. Like, what do you think? I am the group
the
setting,
group
dude.
setting is always just amongst the boys. It's not like
Yes. Yeah.
With
I'm not going
strangers
like
or
out there
anything.
and about.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
but
But like, I mean, let's say Param just says something in like 101. He's just like, you know, wagwan, right? And maybe it's like whatever it is. Like, allegedly, I'm not gonna say anything. You know. Oh. So what's your thoughts on that, Param?
say that again.
he didn't say anything.
No, I mean, like, let's say Param says something, I reply, and you know what? Next thing you know, the screenshot is in the group chat. Like, it was good material, man. I got to keep the rep up that I bring the good material to the group chat. And if I see good material, I'm gonna have to
But
shoot it.
Aryan, isn't that worrying about how other people view you?
No. It's about providing.
Aryan, did you have a
my-
video on this?
Oh yeah, you reckon, dude? You reckon?
Anyways, to actually answer the question though.
Yeah.
Because we just go.
You guys just hyped up the boys for like 50 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to. It's the preamble to like.
It's the
answering-
preamble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No, like
Um,
the relationships. I think with like girl and guy friends, maybe it's just because like we haven't known each other as long.
For so long,
Like
yeah.
there is less there's still a lot of banter because we're all really good friends, but there's just not the same level of banter and like crassness.
Satisfaction.
Not satisfaction. I think it's just
We're
different.
not as open. We're not as open. I feel.
But also, it's like you're not as willing to just like say some outrageous, like completely because you also I think like we're still feeling how other people are going to react. And
I think we got to think about proportions as well. Like we talk to guys mainly, and from there we've taken like the best to surround, like the people that we vibe with the best, right? And we surrounded ourselves with a friend group, but we haven't talked to like the same amount of girls, so we can't really say like I don't have a lot of friends who are girls because I don't vibe with them. It's because like we haven't actually talked to a lot of people, and like we can see that like even when we go to uni, we surround ourselves with the same guys because it's just a better vibe, like we know already. And it's kind of like we're, I guess, lazy to an extent, or fear of the unknown, or uncomfortable. There's a bunch of stuff around it. But I think that you should have friends on both sides.
You're planning on changing
Dude, we're
those
going
ratios
out
up.
there, dude. I'm gonna put myself out there. I'm gonna talk to everyone, dude. Doesn't matter, you're a guy, girl, not a guy or not a girl, dude. Whatever you are, dude.
You know, all the time, my
I'm
little
gonna talk
sister...
to dogs, bro. I'm gonna talk to
Okay,
parrots,
calm,
dude.
calm.
I'm gonna talk to animals, dude. We got
Aryan, this
friends
reminds
with-
me. Aryan, this reminds
Talk
me
to a
of that
tree,
time.
bro.
This reminds me of the cashier at McDonald's. Do you remember what happened?
Yeah,
there?
dude, you gotta send it from the video.
Did you
Param
remember
just-
what happened there?
Yes,
You
dude.
remember?
You cock blocked me. That's what you did. That's what you did.
Yeah, Aryan goes up to the cashier. He's like,
No, it was
"Oh my
odds
God."
on. It was odds on. It was odds
It
on.
was not odds on.
It was odds on, dude.
It was not odds on.
It
You're
was
like, dude,
odds on.
You're like, dude, watch this. And then Alright, let me tell the story, yeah? So Aryan's like, dude, watch this, yeah? And he just goes up, he's like, what's your name? And he like reads it, and then he's like, oh,
Because it's on the name tag.
Priscilla, you have such a cute smile. And then I'm standing next to him, I'm like, she's wearing a mask.
Smooth, Aryan, smooth.
I swear it was an odds on, dude. You were like, you gotta go get her number,
He
dude.
just started laughing and ran away. He just ran away.
I'm not gonna do anything. Why the fuck would I stay there, bro? Why am I staying there, dude? I'm a dip,
Wow.
dude. I'm a dip, man. Keep it real. But I swear that was odds on, dude. It's like this is like a Friday night, right? And we're going to McDonald's for food. And then Param is like, alright, odds on getting the cashier's number. And I'm like, okay, yeah. Classic
odds
1 to
on
10,
shit,
dude.
man.
It was odds on, dude. It was odds on.
I didn't
Yeah.
odds on shit.
It was like,
I did odds on shit.
alright, let's stop waffling, stop pancaking. Bring it right back to.
What do you mean bring it back? Finish
Well,
what
I
you
mean,
were gonna say,
there's
Aryan.
nothing more to say, dude. I ran away, dude. I ran away.
I mean, we
It
didn't
go-
actually... Only Aryan answered your first question. Did you want...
Yeah, dude, you guys didn't even answer the.
Yeah, actually, like, you guys didn't answer, like,
Any of your
I went
questions?
to, one
About the
Yeah, all good, all
insights?
good.
Oh,
Alright,
Insights.
the question
Yeah,
was-
no. My question was more like, do you guys find yourself going to your guy friends for certain things and your girlfriends for certain things? Like, what are the differences? Like, how do you navigate those two dynamics?
to be honest, most things I just go to myself.
Wow, deep, bro.
No, I just
Deep.
like... I think guys
um,
don't talk as much about their own problems. Like, from what I hear, right, as in like talking to you girls, right, you guys are much more open with talking to each other about things and like getting each other's opinions. Whereas most of us, unless it's something really serious or really big,
Yeah.
or if it's something really superficial and it's just like jokes kind of thing, these are the two extremes where we'll go to each other and ask about certain things. But when it's just like kind of more personal stuff, we don't necessarily, like unless it's something really heavy, I wouldn't say we really go and like talk about it as much. And so
Yeah.
I think that behavior has carried on for me. Even now that I have friends who are girls, I don't really do so much talking about kind of my own stuff going on. And
I think lockdown has increased our conversation with like the boys in terms of this sort of stuff. Because now we're just like, the boys are really upfront. We're like, you know, something's happening, we just be like, yeah. But like, yeah, like we've been chatting like, dude, like this shit's fucking boring. Kind of getting fed up with it. And then we make fun of it. And then we've got the September thing going. So people have got something to work towards. I'm trying to push the boys to, you know, push some content out there. Or, you know, work on some passions during lockdown that keeps your mind not on what's happening and not uni, but just something to chill with. So that, and then in terms of like going towards guy friends for stuff and like friends who are girls as well, Not gonna lie, dude. Most of the friends that I go to, like for girls, like when I need, it's like just like help with university stuff. Like I just don't understand
so
something, so
sad.
I'ma just,
It's so sad.
I'ma just be like, yo, what's the answers for this? But no, I mean like yeah, like general banter, like. I don't know, dude. It's like I don't have a lot of friends who are girls for
Who are
a
really
long
close.
period of time,
Right.
and who are really close.
Whereas I think, well, Param, you have probably more than Aryan would.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. Like regularly, I don't talk to. many
Yeah, dude. Like
girls.
regularly, I don't really.
Like week in, week out, maybe.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
I think there's like one girl I talk to regularly.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's like, yeah.
Also, it's hard, dude. During lockdown, like I don't know, like what to talk about. I guess it's not a lot of relatable stuff. Maybe that just emphasizes like the actual friendship itself. Like I should work towards developing more relatable things to talk about. But like yeah, like in lockdown, like I've ran out of content. I'll be honest. Like I don't have much to talk about apart from.
I feel like with
Yeah.
the boys, I can just talk about
anything.
I want.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
sometimes
But
you
like,
just
but
sometimes you'll just be talking with like I'll be talking with Yash for like an hour or two.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when we look back at the conversation, we've barely
It's
talked
just-
about anything of substance. We're
anything,
just
yeah,
like talking
yeah.
random
just back and
rubbish.
forth about random stuff.
but
yeah.
it's like it's a real convo. Like
Yeah, I guess so.
I
yeah.
always feel like I'm replying with something of substance, and he's sending me back something
Yeah.
of substance.
Yeah.
But it's just waffle.
Well, I have a question. Yeah, what's your thoughts on it, dude? Like, do you think your relationship with girls is different to like guys, and you go to guys for different stuff and
Yeah.
girls for different stuff?
Definitely. So Nick has probably told you our uni group is both guys and girls, like the one that we're both in.
Wow,
Unless
imagine
Nick
that, Param.
is going to disassociate.
You're in my group, bro.
Fuck. This is like when you do a your mom joke to your brother.
That was like the moment that I've laughed the most while watching your podcast. I think that was
It's
like,
so good. It's a
podcast
golden story. It's a golden story.
Alright, that's enough stroking your
Yeah, that's
yourself,
enough.
Param.
That's enough,
let
Param.
Madhu talk about
Yeah,
it.
don't stroke your ego too much. Anyways, Madhu, you're like going to Shalaby. Your group is like guys and
Yeah,
girls.
so basically like our group is guys and girls, and I think something that I've noticed is like a lot of like us girls will go to each other for a lot of emotional things, but we'll also go to the guys for the more banterous aspect, and also to help us calm down if we're like stressed about a situation and things. So there's different things you go to the guys and girls for, but I think in uni what I've realized is they're both equally as important, because in high school I didn't really have close guy friends like that, but through uni, and I think a lot of the girls in our group will say the same. I don't know about Nick, but like us girls were saying that I think uni has taught us that they're both equally as important. Obviously like the girls are the girls, but you guy friends are important.
You know, I just wanted to jump in with the thing I've learned, probably the most impactful thing I've learned with having friends who are girls has been you don't ever tell them relax. Like I would go, relax, don't worry about it. And every time they get so triggered. So you know what I do? I do it more because it's funny.
No.
Just relax, dude.
Just relax. Calm,
Why you mad,
calm.
dude? It's only
Because
game.
most of the time they were annoyed at me.
Yeah.
So I didn't really,
Classic, dude. Classic.
No, but to be fair, I feel like you boys open up a lot to us because we bring that aspect out in you through our conversations as well. So it might be like a good thing to talk to your girl mates a lot as well.
But I also think you guys,
It's more emotional.
you also push us for it as well. Like not just, like it's not just passively because you guys are willing to talk about it. We're talking about it as well. Like you'll actively go out and like ask us and check up on us and all of this stuff all the time. And like, it's very nice. Sometimes because I'm not used to it, it's a bit too much. I'm not gonna lie, but I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's like the thought that counts, and that. But I know that sometimes I think that's like an adjustment thing, right? Like after having friends who are guys for so long, and we were like, you can tell when someone's off, and so then you'll go and talk to them. But girls, it's like much more active. It's like you'll just check up on each other even when you know you're probably okay. And like everyone's chilling, but it's just like because you want to chat and you want to like, you know, catch up with them and like see what their life's been going like. Like the amount of times people have message me being like, "Oh, Nick, what's going on?" I'm like, nothing's changed since the last time you asked me because we're in lockdown. I'm like, I don't know what to say. I have no content for you.
Actually, no, that's true. I think I was surprised when you guys said that you call each other a lot and like text a lot, because something that I feel I've picked up is the boys, like, because of COVID and because of lockdown, you don't really talk as much as you used to because that checking up on each other thing isn't there. And it's sometimes like hard to have banter and like extend it over lockdown like that. So it usually just falls off.
I think that I personally, I don't text Aryan and I don't text Nix either outside of the podcast. I think that like Yash texts all of us constantly. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And then so like Yash is in the middle. Not to say we're not close. We are really close.
Yeah.
But it's just we just don't have that established. I don't know.
It's not established. It's just like there's not much to say, dude. Like
yeah. And Yash always finds some waffle to say.
Yeah, dude. Yash is like finds like.
Yash always has
Oh,
some
dude,
shit
do
to
you
say.
see the top 10 harbour ships that have gone into the water mysteries? Dude, that
he's
video
like-
was
he's like-
mad, dude. Tupac was on one of the videos. I didn't even realize it.
He's like,
I was like,
dude, look at this Long Beach Griffey video.
dude, have you watched the latest video, man? Like, that's crazy.
Why are you giving him an Indian accent?
I don't know, dude.
It's just old habits die hard.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, no, love Yash though. Love Yash.
Oh, my man's Gupta, bro. Only love, dude. Only love.
But yeah, I mean, like, anyways, we can circle back to that because we still haven't answered your first question. Well, only Aryan did.
I know,
Inside-
you guys
That's a
keep
waffle
avoiding-
kings, dude. Pancake
But-
season right now.
You're
I've got something that like I thought
let's
of after all of this time.
Yeah.
But I think like for me, I was actually talking, funnily enough, with Yash about this the other day, and it's kind of more of a new insight. And maybe it's not something that's as actionable, but I think like being more aware of like the content we consume. And like Aryan's talked about this in another pod, and like obviously you hear about it and you always know it like passively. And you like, accept like, I need to be more careful of the content I'm consuming because how it's changing me and all of this and influences me. But it's less so that, but more so the idea of like, there's always such a focus, or at least for me, there has been a focus on like,
I'm just cleaning my eyes. Just cleaning my fucking eyes, dude. Just cleaning my eyes.
there's
There's something in my eyes, dude.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying,
There's
dude.
always
Vibe
a
with
focus
that.
on consuming content, right? You good, Pram?
What do you find so funny, dude?
Is something I'm saying funny to you?
Just
You didn't see, but we could hear.
Yeah.
Nah, it's for the camera.
Okay. Dude, you just fucking Param, dude. Mans was putting his emotional palette out
Letting my
there.
heart out.
He's letting his
time
heart
we get
out,
to a serious point.
Yeah,
Param's
Param's just
just
fucking
something
up,
up.
dude.
But my point was just,
Yeah.
you know, when, like, I'm thinking about all of the content I've consumed over my life, right? And I've, like, never really written notes for most of it. Never, like, really thought deeply enough to have, like, to remember a lot of the stuff. And, like, all of this information I missed out on, all this time wasted, right? Whereas I could have been, because I've been so focused on just consuming content, whether that be, like, reading as many books as I can or whatever, right? Yeah. I've never actually, like, spent enough quality time on each one for it to be worthwhile. So it's, like, all of these insights I've missed out on, even though I've spent the time. It's like this quantity over quality, and I think that's something I really want to change. So
you want to like slow down.
Yeah.
When you're,
so over lockdown, that's kind of like the big, like thing I personally want to kind of tackle more, and the thing I've kind of learned about myself, or like at least realized more actively about myself that I need to make a change there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, dude, that's a good point, dude.
Mm.
Like you don't want to just keep. You don't get any time to actually implement, or I guess get the most valuable insights if you're just like reading 2 books at once or listening to an audible on like 4 times speed or some shit like that. I guess. Yeah. Param?
I think what I've learned and what I've taken is that nobody really cares.
Wow.
Not in a bad way. In the way that everyone is more concerned about their own image than there are other people. So it doesn't really matter how you like. The superficial things you worry about your appearance don't actually matter at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because on the train you're like, do I look okay? How is everyone else looking at me? Like, are they laughing at me or like whatever, right? You're self-conscious.
Yeah.
But you got to realize that other people are thinking the same thing about themselves.
Yeah.
And so that it's all just white noise and it just doesn't really matter. So just be you.
Just
be
loud,
your own
just send it,
person.
dude.
Like, Just send
Yeah.
it. Just
send it. Dude.
yeah.
Call it a day.
Honestly, and if they have an opinion of you, that's probably a good thing. You stood out from the crowd. You know.
Yes,
That's
dude.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think what like really solidified it is. It's gonna sound bad, but it's not. Like, I was talking to my mates about like just something in the past, and then he was like, "Dude, I'm gonna be honest. Nobody gives a fuck anymore, right?
Yeah.
It's been like
Yeah.
it's been like this long, and like nobody cares anymore.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
What's going on between you two? Like,
Yeah.
it does not matter whatsoever.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? That's
true.
That's probably a call for me to
stop
like
caring.
stop
as well.
worrying about it.
Yeah.
Stop caring
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Stop letting it affect
Yeah.
my mental.
So are you
Yeah.
trying to like slowly think in this more mentality more, like just being
I've
comfortable?
just seen myself doing it just normally. Like,
yeah.
I think gym helped with it a lot. I
Yeah.
think it's about self-image more than what other people think. I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
if you look in the mirror and you're like, you know what, I'm happy. I'm better off today than I was yesterday. Then I'm
Yeah.
happy. You know what I mean?
Facts, dude. Preach, my G. Preach, bro.
Exactly.
I like that. I like that a lot.
So,
all right.
Madhu, did you have anything in particular, like to answer your own question, or even if not, just thoughts on what we've kind of said?
I guess like mine is kind of similar to Param. Something that I've also kept in mind is nobody gives a fuck, but also like to have more faith in your own personality and like in yourself, because I think COVID, obviously you've had to do like a lot of online interaction, and that's like very different to in person, and it takes so much more energy. But the fact that I've been able to get through that and then go in uni and like socialize okay as well, I think I've realized that I'm not as like awkward as I thought I was, and I've definitely become much more extroverted and much more able to walk up to strangers and have a conversation. So yeah, I think that's something that I've changed. Or like
It's
I've realized.
it's interesting
I feel
that
like-
you think about that for yourself, because like my perception of you has always been, like, ever since meeting you at uni, has always been that you were like a naturally outgoing person with like you had like you were eloquent, you had a good ability to speak and connect with people regardless of kind of where they were from. Like, you were really able to do that quite easily, and it came quite naturally to you. And I think I don't think I'm alone in thinking that. I think that was like kind of the vibe I was getting from most people in regards to how they felt about you. So it's really interesting to hear that in yourself you didn't necessarily identify with that, even if that's what you were putting out to the world, kind of thing, if that makes sense.
I think there's two different types of confidence. There's like the one that you show to the outside, but then like a confidence you feel inside as well while you're interacting. So I felt like the inner confidence really built recently. Yeah.
That's interesting.
I feel like everyone feels out of place or awkward, just as is, but they're not really, because no one's paying attention. You know what I mean? Give me 10 minutes. I can't. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. I'll be out.
Just stop it for 10 minutes, man, dude. Like, it's an online game, dude. I love that, dude. I love that concept. Trying to explain to your parents you can't stop an online game.
Yeah.
Dude, like, I guess we can wrap it up, dude. Oh, I wanted to have a quick question. Madhu, we basically were like, come onto the podcast, please. But also at the same time, you know, you're kind of interested in coming on. What, like, why was that the vibe? Like, why one? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think it's fun to like have a conversation and just chill. And, the podcast vibe is just something that I enjoy. I think I like talking to people, and you guys can probably tell. So it was just interesting. Also, Nick is my good friend, and the fact that he has a podcast, I was very like intrigued to see how his personality shone through the podcast.
And did it?
So,
did it shine?
Did it?
You're not shining right now.
You're not shining at all, bro. You're dark as shit, dude. You're literally a silhouette, my
The
G.
people on the when they see the final.
Nah, I'm gonna
product-
show a zoom piece of video right now. That's what we're looking at the entire thing. I literally don't know if Shalaby has glasses on or not.
I do.
Half the time I think he has it on, but then sometimes I don't think he has it on. I can't see.
He does.
I was
He
born
does?
in
Are
the
you sure, bro?
darkness.
Glasses?
I don't think so, dude.
I do.
He does.
Dude, your glasses kind of look like a unibrow when you're
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have a unibrow, so maybe it's just my unibrow.
Oh, big thing, big brain.
Alright.
Yeah, but yeah, Shalaby's different personality, and then
Yeah,
you're
I
intrigued
was
in it.
curious to see that. Also, yeah, it's just been on my bucket list to be in a podcast, and you guys are pretty
We did
cool.
it.
I wanted to meet you guys as well.
Thank you.
so-
Thank
Go,
Yeah.
dude! It was
I'd say
it was
we're
hella
pretty
chill,
cool.
dude. We should
Yeah, this was great.
100% just bring you again. Like it was just
If
good
you
vibes.
want to, if it wasn't too much
Yeah,
of a
if you
train
want to.
wreck.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I'll think about it. I'll
Yeah.
look at my
Yeah.
schedule.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah,
We'll
alright.
contact
Do you have anything that you want to plug? Like maybe like MedSoc thing,
Or socials
or, your Instagram,
or anything like that.
Socials, anything.
I was thinking before,
Yeah.
when I talked about MedShow, I did the most anti-promo thing, which is not promoted.
Yeah.
So like, come to MedShow, get tickets for MedShow. Also,
Yeah.
yeah, my socials, you can like plug it on screen.
For
Yeah,
sure.
we'll also have it in the description probably.
It's all in the description.
This was the worst
Yeah.
time to plug.
Yeah, we should have done it near the
I
start.
know.
Yeah, we should have plugged at the beginning, like in hindsight. But dude,
No,
it's a
no.
learning
Cold
experience.
open. Cold open.
Yeah, I
Cold
can chuck
open?
it at the start when I edit.
Well, I
or
want to put
something.
the
What
funny
else
part
should
at
I
the
plug?
start.
Dude, I'm a business-minded individual. Let me tell you that much.
I'm Param, bro.
I have all these ideas running through my head. I'm so intelligent.
You have a lot of ideas, but not a lot of
Not a
I
lot of
don't know,
capital to start
insight.
off the
I guess.
ideas.
Yeah. Dude.
But also, wait, just quickly, with the med show, is it anyone from any uni, anywhere, anytime?
Yeah. How does it work?
Yes, you can.
Or is it only
come
UNSW people,
watch,
or-
basically?
Is it online? Is it Zoom? Is it lockdown? Like when's it happening? Prices, all that
It's
sort of stuff.
happening in December.
Okay.
Prices and like information will be released soon.
Cool.
But we'll promote it on our Facebook page.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, cool.
So
And also, what is it? Just I really have no clue what's
it's a
happening.
production.
It's a production. It's a
Is it a
production.
musical? Is it a play?
Yeah, it's
For
like,
like
yeah,
10
yeah,
minutes
like,
and you don't
like
know
is
what
it
it
like
is.
going to be like
a
live or it's a
musical.
movie or like it's a musical
yeah.
live?
It's a stage play.
Stage play
like-
live? Is that what
like-
live means? Yeah.
I've never
Right.
heard of a recorded stage
Okay,
play.
well I don't know, dude. I haven't been to stage
Uncultured
play.
swine, bro. Uncultured swine.
Dude,
As in,
dude.
like, didn't you guys have school productions and stuff?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did. We
Yeah,
just
we did,
never
we
showed
did.
up to them
We
because they were
Oh, yeah,
like
fair enough. We
for
were
the
cheating
musical
and they
people.
couldn't.
No,
We were
they
meant
were
to
not
go
during
in
our-
year 7.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
In
never
year
went.
7, you remember when we sang 𝐿𝐿𝐹𝐿𝐿? Some classes had to.
Yeah,
like, perform
me and
or
Aryan were in the musically.
We did
us-
Hooked on a
three
Feeling.
Of us were in the musically
We,
untalented
oh
class.
my
Oh my
god.
god, dude.
That's a story
That's
for
a
Have you
story
seen
for
that?
another time.
Has
That's
Madhu
a story
seen
for
that?
another-
I don't
no,
think so.
no,
I'll
it's-
show
Okay,
you later.
alright, we'll save it for another time. But that was mad ting, dude. We would just send it again.
That was the
We'll send it.
pinnacle of our musical career.
Oh, dude, I
Dude,
would have
it's
said
also
so
the
much.
7N boys as well who don't do any music.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the way our like high school worked is they arranged,
Yeah.
like in year 7, they arranged us into musically talented classes because academically speaking,
So sad.
we were all there because we had to like do a test to get in, right? So
Yeah.
they were like happy with everyone to not be ranked academically in classes, but they decided they wanted some structure. So they decided music was how they were going to do
Musically
it. So we were all in
Yeah.
the musically untalented class.
Zero.
Zero
music.
talent. And
Yes.
and I actually ended up doing music in year 8, so that's a funny story we can talk about later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or another time. So a
Yeah.
little bit of
One thing that's crazy is like for the entire time, dude, people have always called me tone deaf. Like, alright, dude. Alright. I see how it is.
And now
dude.
he's
Alright,
just jealous
bring
of
out
me.
your insecurities. Why
jealous
you
of
bring out
my voice, dude.
insecurities?
They just haters gonna hate, but like
No one
now
cares,
it
no one
is-
they're
cares.
jealous of my
You gotta
voice.
sing for us. You gotta sing for us.
I
And
will
the
be singing.
album
Sil-
coming out
Sil-
soon.
Sil-
Album coming out soon.
Album coming out soon?
Yeah,
Alright, I feel
Wrap
like
up?
we should wrap up. Is
Yeah.
there anything
Yeah.
else we want to chat about, dude?
Well,
Nah,
And
I
dudes,
think-
do this.
I mean, I think Madhu's gonna have to end up heading anyways soon, so maybe it's
Yeah, I think we're gonna. Yeah, we should. Yeah, yeah.
best.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay,
Should I
cool.
Thank you for
quickly-
coming.
I wanted to.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, go.
Go.
Yeah.
That's so sad. No, I wanted to very quickly share like tips for uni, I guess, especially for
Yeah.
like rural students.
Yeah, go for it. Send
Going
it.
to
Send
the
it.
city. Yeah, I think my biggest tips is like make sure you get involved in societies because those will be your biggest friend and like your biggest way to make new connections in a new environment. Also, have faith in yourself. Talk to strangers and go to as many trips and excursions and whatever your uni runs as you can. Why is Param laughing?
Nah, he's not
I'm
laughing.
not.
That's
I'm
just
not.
his
I'm
resting,
actually not.
resting face. That's his resting
Nah,
face.
yeah, that's right.
I'm
listening.
always happy.
I'm very happy because the tips are really good. No cap.
Also, like, the first few years of uni shouldn't be like super academic. Like, take it chill, do your studies well, but also like go out and have fun before you get old.
Oh, preach! Enjoy
Preach,
life
preach.
to its maximum, dude.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on, Madhu, as well. We
Yes,
appreciate
and
it.
very
thank
much,
you guys for listening. Thank you, Param, Shalaby, and Madhu for coming today. And yeah,
Thank
it's
you,
been a
Aryan.
pleasure.
Thank you, Aryan. Thank you for being an amazing.
Param!
Stop! Bring it in. Bring it in.
Bring it in, bring it in, everyone bring it in. Madhu, bring it in. Yeah, there we go. I wrote the outro, did it today.
That you're in love.